Capricorns, this is going to be for you. This is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. So if you have those placements, you're at the right place. And any information that you need to book a personal reading will be listed below. Actually, on my website, if you guys subscribe to the emailing list, you guys get a chance to get more readings from me, like as far as daily horoscopes and all of that. So if you're interested in that, definitely subscribe to my email list on my website. I will have my website listed below, as well as my Patreon, literally everything. But let's get into it, Capricorns. We're going to do a full spread to see how November is going to turn out for you. And then we're going to pull some clarifying cards as well. All right, Capricorns. What's the energy around my Capricorns for November? Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Let's discuss this really quick. I think that November is going to be one of those months where reality really does start to set in, especially if there's been this energy of just kind of being confused and really unsure of the reality of your situation. I feel like literally this month it's hard to ignore what is, okay? Another thing with the Seven of Cups in reverse, I think that old emotions and memories could come to the forefront during this time frame. A lot of like resurfacing and having to make sense of things is what's going to be happening. I also feel like any secrets, any illusions, or like, how do I say this? Illusions or maybe false masks that someone may have been trying to put up to like trick you or to like pretend like they're one way and they're really another way. It's like it literally comes all the way down and you start to see this person for exactly who they are, okay? I also feel like you guys are going to have a more realistic outlook this month, or even come up with a more realistic game plan in terms of like career goals, or when it comes to like certain options you may have perceived yourself to have. I think that you're going to be more realistic in terms of what you give energy to romantically, within your career, etc. Some of you guys also need to be careful of a bad business deal or somebody like sucking you into some sort of like bad plan that they may have concocted, okay? Go back to the drawing board if you're doing any type of business with someone else, okay? But let's go ahead and get into the spread. And I'm going to be pulling some clarifying cards, so stay to the end. We're going to look at your love life. We're going to pull some oracles, all that, okay? So first card's going to represent the personal theme for this month. And I do have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So for some of you, you could be realizing that maybe you don't want a traditional job anymore. Maybe you want to go into entrepreneurship. Maybe you want to go into something that's more so free formed or like free flowing, that allows you to like move and, you know, do what you need to do. Also, you could be realizing that a lot of efforts of you trying your hardest to make a relationship work, trying to make a co-parenting relationship work, like literally as you keep trying, it just seems like your effort is not being acknowledged, or it's being pushed to the side, or it just feels like, what is everything for, almost. Also, some of you guys are kind of getting tired of some sort of job or stream of income. You could be feeling like you want to quit, or maybe you could be feeling like you're ready for a change in your career, but you're not really quite sure how that's going to manifest for you. Okay. Some of you guys also could be wanting to like go back to the drawing board and maybe like rework on some sort of creative project that you just put off to the side and may have been ignoring for some time as well. Okay. But yeah, slowly but surely, there could be this feeling of you feeling like you're not appreciated, or all the effort, all the work that you've been doing has been literally in vain almost. Now, when it comes to career and finance, I have the Four of Cups in reverse. So you could be feeling like you missed some sort of opportunity. Maybe you had an opportunity to move to a different state to accept a job, and maybe you turned it down for whatever reason. Or some of you may have had an opportunity in mind that you wanted to pursue, but now you could be thinking that it's too late, or maybe you should have acted on it. And you guys are never too late. What's for you is going to be meant for you. But in this month, you could be focusing just a little bit too much on certain missed opportunities, or opportunities you feel like you should have jumped on a lot sooner, I should say. Also, this just feels like you guys need to think things through. Like, there's certain issues within your finances that could be corrected if you just learn how to say no and put certain boundaries in place. Okay, with this Four of Cups in reverse, this could even mean just you having to put better boundaries in how money is being outpoured. Maybe you have people constantly reaching their hand out to you and you don't have anybody to reach your hand out to. Okay, now what I see in terms of love and career, I do have the King of Pentacles, or not love and career, just love. I have the King of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with another earth sign, or some of you guys are single and just mainly focusing on yourself and trying to, focus on your finances and whatnot. For others of you, you're in a relationship with somebody who you feel like you're not sure if you could really trust them. And that becomes more so the question: can I trust you? Can I believe that if I were to, invest myself into the situation fully, that you're not going to hurt me like the past person did, or hurt me again if this person is already kind of taking you through a whirlwind of issues? All right. What else with this card? Yeah, trust issues could be a topic that comes up. There could be money issues as well that becomes something that has to be addressed. Maybe your partner is leaning too much on you financially, or vice versa. Now, challenge, I have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So the challenge could be you shutting down emotionally. Like, the more and more you're in a relationship with somebody who treats you wrong, who doesn't make you feel appreciated, doesn't make you feel like your efforts are worth it. It's like you slowly but surely start to fall out of love with this person. For others of you, you could be just overly emotional too in the month of November. You could have some moments where emotionally you're like all over the place, or you're not in the best emotional health as well. Also, you could have somebody around you who's just not open emotionally. Like, maybe you're dating somebody and it just seems like it's like pulling teeth almost to get this person to open up, to like try to work with you almost. Literally like pulling teeth. Okay, now the next card's going to represent the advice for you. So I think moderation is definitely key. Understand that your spirit guides are literally behind the scenes working with you, even in moments where you feel like they're not. Trust me, your spiritual team is always around and they're always supporting you. But moderation during this time frame, if you're having to like rush the process on certain things, maybe it's not meant to be. So that's a heads up. If you're having to like force anything then it's not meant to be. Also, if you do struggle with like substance abuse issues, this is definitely drawing attention to you needing to, like I said, have moderation and whatever substances you could be taking in, and understanding how that could like really throw you off balance if you are too in tune with like substance abuse. Okay. This is also being gentle with yourself too. I think you need to be gentle with yourself. Understand that you have spiritual protection. Compromise is also a thing I'm seeing here as well. But moving on, what you may not be seeing going into the month of November, I do have the Hangman. So any stagnant energy you could be experiencing has a lot to do with your mindset. Some of you guys could have literal blocks in your mindset because of the fact that you are looking at things from the wrong perspective, or you're not looking at things from a full spectrum. Also, what you may not be seeing, like this delay in you making some sort of choice or decision, is literally just putting your situation on pause. It's not helping. If anything, it may be hindering you, especially if this has anything to do with love or career. Some of you guys also need to tap into like personal restraint. Or just needing to surrender to the process too. Also, you could be experiencing a lot of anxiety due to procrastination. Like, whenever I see the hangman like this is like you just having a lot on your mind due to the fact that you're in an idle space. Like, you're experiencing idle energy. So this could be like affecting your mental health. Anywho, especially if we're talking about love, like you could be thinking that you're experiencing issues in your love life only because things are stagnant or are on pause, but that's not necessarily the case. I think your mental health could just be directly correlated with how things are going. But anywho, when it comes to what to avoid this month, I do have the Lovers. So a toxic relationship, being swept up in other people's issues, especially within their relationship, especially if this is like a friend, child, whoever, like making sure you're staying out of other people's relationship issues. What else? You want to avoid making decisions that don't encompass like your heart and mind at the same time. Like if you're making choices and decisions that literally are just you going based off of feelings and no logic, or just logic and not acknowledging your feelings, then you're doing yourself a disadvantage. Point blank, period. But yeah, those are the main things I would avoid. Now, last part, and also business partnerships during this time frame for some reason. Now, last card is going to represent the outcome. I do have the Page of Cups in reverse. So, outcome, I think that you could be turning down somebody who is like very childish. When I say this, maybe this is a new love interest, somebody trying to pursue you, or somebody who you've been talking to, okay? I think that you may shut this person down if they're trying to come at you. For a lot of you too, you could be trying to address whatever like temporary blockages you could have been experiencing like around creativity as well. Like maybe you've been trying to explore other ways to put yourself out there, but there's been this blockage. I think by the end of this month, you're going to know exactly what's been blocking you or keeping you from like stepping in your full power. Sorry guys, I got a hiccup. Also too, you could be realizing that somebody needs to grow up. Like their maturity level is not where it needs to be. And that could be a big problem too in terms of the romantic connection, is the fact that somebody needs to grow up and see things from a more mature perspective. Also, if you have like some sort of new fling in your life, you're going to start to, again, see this person for exactly who they are, outside of just them being flirty and fun. Like you start to kind of realize that maybe that initial, what's that, honeymoon phase, fuzzy feelings aren't necessarily sticking anymore. Okay, but anywho, let's pull some more cards. Let me pull from this deck. What's the overall energy around my Capricorns, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for November? So we have heart, which represents love. So the heart chakra is going to be a big focus. Matters of the heart are going to be a big focus, especially for my people in a relationship. And we also have coins, which represents good luck. So I think that your spirit guides are going to be saving you in a lot of situations that could go a lot worse. So during this month, make sure you're expressing a level of gratitude for your spiritual team, because they are definitely protecting the crap out of you and they're here to support you. Also, you could be like very lucky in terms of money. Make sure you're being aware, though, of how money is going out and how money is coming in. You may even receive like some money that maybe somebody owed you finally, or you get that loan approved. Something with money. What's the energy around my Capricorns, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? What's the advice for them in regards to the month of November 2022? Okay, so we have two cards. We have strategy and the Magician in the mirror. So any moves that you decide to make during this month, you need to make sure that you have a clear, concise plan and that you're sticking to that plan. The worst thing that you could do is know what's up with your situation, create a plan for yourself, and then not stick to it, especially if this has anything to do with finances or personal health. Or like any goals that you are trying to set for this month. Understand that you are able to manifest whatever you set your intention on. Okay, and even what you don't set your intention on. So be careful of what you give too much attention to this month. All right, and let's look at your love life. What's the energy around my Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements love life? So if you're in a relationship, this is the card for you. If you're single, and if it's complicated. All right, so let's jump into it. So with this could be the one being the card for my people in a relationship. You could feel low-key like you've already met the person that you seek, okay? There could be a lot of questions, of course, as to how you guys are going to get to a point of, restructure your relationship and reworking some things, but you could feel like you've really met the person that you seek. All right, there could be a need for you guys to have a real conversation, though, about what needs to be done differently or handled differently in this connection. And there could be a lot of things that you both need to get off of your chest, though, to strengthen the connection. Then for my singles, I do have engagement. So some of you guys could be looking for something more serious. Maybe you've been talking to somebody and you're wondering if it's going to evolve or if they're going to ask you out or if you should ask this person out and be a lot more serious with them. For a lot of you too, you're starting to realize if you're talking to someone or not, that you're looking for a certain type of love, and it's going to take a certain level of maturity from whoever you could be entertaining to give you that. So you could be looking for somebody who's more evolved or more serious about what you're looking for or in alignment with what you're looking for. And then for my people who are in complicated situations, I have give your relationship a chance in reverse. So you could be realizing in the month of November that this person is not really trying for real. And it could be a lot of effort that's being basically dumped onto you, or like a lot of the problems that you could be experiencing in this connection are due to the fact that this person's really not trying. Okay, and for some of you, you may even get into a space to where you shut down and you decide to stop trying with the love interest because it just becomes annoying how your efforts go unnoticed. So these are the messages that I see. I hope that this reading was helpful and that you took something from it. If you did, definitely thumbs up the video and subscribe, and I will see my Capricorns in the next one.